And now.
Oh,
Walter Payton, sweetness. Let's stop the music. Stop the music. What do we got? We'll go over here. Give me a second. I just got done interviewing, or I wouldn't call interviewing, talking with Scottie B cards. Yesterday after the live, I talked with Trike for close to an hour. I think 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. Scottie B was closer to 40 minutes, and then I was jumping onto the live here. Both great conversations, both really, really good conversations. I can't say so much for the guys on the right-hand side of this screen here. No, I don't want to see his chest hair. Come on. Why does he do that? Sports card Queen Rhonda has a theory. He's doing it for the ladies. What's up, Orlando? What's up, K? Kunk City's back. I think Gio's here. I don't know if he's calling in. More Gio, please. Carddeal.com ass. SCV waking up. He has, not only has he, I don't know what his deal is, but he hasn't even responded. So it's what, I mean, I asked yesterday, is there 2 time zones there? After he told me he was halfway, falling asleep and not feeling the night before. I never heard back in it was 24 hours ago. So not even a response back this morning. I messaged him, hey, I was too bad. Shame. You should have been on. I hope you're feeling better, blah, blah, blah. Come on the live, prove yourself. Just pop in. No response yet. Why did I put Pac-Man on twice? Idiot. We don't want Pac-Man twice. Insert image, da-da-da. There he is. All right. Don't love the recent content, and Trike knows that, or Troy. But I'm going to say something. Troy and Scottie B cards, I was impressed with the conversation. Both intelligent guys. Both willing to pretty much talk about anything. Both honest. I enjoyed the conversation with the two of them. I after the live yesterday, talked with Troy. Great talk, and we plan on having many more or some more conversations. Same with Scottie B cards. Scottie was a great conversation. Knew a lot. Logical. Took a more steady stance than myself, but still with a lot of the same views. We still have a very, very similar views on a lot of things. Well, you say he hasn't bought anything but Topps Dynasty. He hasn't bought since 2022. Nothing besides. And interesting, just they both almost, Scottie B mentioned like he knows he could take a different way with his channel. He knows he could make it a different way, but he wants to make content he loves. He stands by. And I'm no knock on Trike. Trike took the opposite way of, hey, we're gonna play the YouTube game. Let's and it diminished some of, for me, not for everyone because it gets views, but for me and the people that what I would watch. Yeah, the new way, my $100,000 collection, or the video with Mamba cards, not Mama Breaks, Mamba cards. They were, not our cup of tea or my cup of tea. And he's welcome to the feedback. He understands the balance between, hey, a lot of my old viewers are telling, not a lot. He's gotten the same comment as me as, hey, I used to watch your videos, but not really as much anymore. Pac-Man commented on we on the live commented on one of his videos a while back, maybe a month ago, and he responded there. He responded to my direct message. I was at the Raider game. He only wanted to do it by text. After the Raider game, I sent him a 4-minute audio. He responded in text. He didn't respond to about 3 or 4 of the bigger criticisms I talked respectfully. I didn't come aggressive or anything, but I did tell him what's up. And I'm glad he heard all my issues or other issues that other people have. I mean, he heard it firsthand from me, and he only responded back with text. I told him from to get the go at the Raider game, like text is there any chance? He hasn't, ever since I said, he sent me all this information. And I just responded, you have time to talk for 20 minutes? Can we have a 20-minute conversation? Not on live, not recorded, but I haven't heard back, and I probably won't hear back. He responded to a few very well, well messages here to a few of the things I mentioned. But he, some of the harder issues, he definitely didn't respond. And when I pushed him, I was, hey, I thought I responded to all of them. I'm not sure what didn't I respond to. And at that point, I just said, let's have a 20-minute conversation. And I have not heard back. SCV have not heard back since his disappearance. The two guys on the left, professional, showed up, or at least on my left, Scottie B and Trike, smart, intelligent conversation. They do this, Trike does it for a living. Scottie B, no, but he also makes the content with blabbing or what is it, spitballing cards. I mean, hey, Teapot came up in the interview. I didn't go super aggressive. What do you want me to? But I did mention, hey, there's one side of the comments that, hey, this dude's smart. He loves cards. He's a good dude. And then there's the other side of the hobby that, hey, well, you're paired with Jeff Wilson. And, a lot of people lose respect on that end. So we did talk about it. I didn't go super aggressive, but that's the question I mentioned. I mean, how hard, at least I'm asking the questions. Some people want to say in the comments, hey man, I asked question. I asked Trike, is his 160,000 view organic? He said he's willing to show his stats. I didn't even ask that, but I don't need to see that. I believe him, but sure. So fine. Interesting conversations, good conversations. I don't know when I'm going to release them. I still have to edit them. The Run Good Life videos still has some steam. I'm thinking Mondays. I feel like Mondays will be the day. I don't go live on Monday. I feel Mondays are, hey, that's the interview day. That's the day I'll pop. Any interview will be a Monday release. We got a lot of new people just joined in. You saw yesterday, SCV totally ghosted us. He's ghosted me since, has not responded. That's at least he could have done was responded. Pac-Man won't have, as far as I understand, unwilling to have a 20-minute conversation with me. So I can actually ask some real stuff instead of him pick and choosing. And you can't get a vibe for someone when they text you. You can, but it's much easier to know when someone's answering honestly, answering a certain way, a little, or being completely genuine, truthful, or just damn hell of a good salesman. But unwilling. Where the two guys, and I'm going to make another bold statement here. I don't have a lot for tonight's show. I worked all week. Yesterday, I went live directly after the live, 40-minute conversation, half-hour conversation with Trike or send that. Today, I get off work immediately. I interview or talk 40 minutes with Scottie B Cards. Yesterday's live went 2 hours. So here I am, not as well prepared as I should be for today. I do have this that I just finished. You heard my rant. Gino's got to go. Raiders season ticket holder. Max Crosby had an interception. Max Crosby batted the ball and intercepted. Kevin was his first interception of his career. Genty had 3 TDs. He went for 64 yards. He broke a tackle at the 20-yard line. He should have been down there. We're stoked. These are our guys. Genty, the rookie, our top pick. Crosby, our loyal, passionate, one of the best player of the last decade. And then you have Geno Smith throwing 3 damn interceptions. Not only that, first drive. I go to the Monday night game against the Chargers. Not the first drive, the first play of the game. Interception, giving them the other team the ball inside the 25. What do the Raiders do? The defense stops them. You cannot put your defense in that type of situation that often. So Geno Smith, last year we came in with Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. Gardner Minshew, no. Can keep you in a game, makes terrible turnovers, terrible decisions at the most critical time. That's why he doesn't have a starting job. Aiden O'Connell, good backup. If you give some love, the Raiders coaching, new coaches don't like him. He doesn't operate fast enough, as if Geno Smith is operating well or fast enough as is. This is bring in Kenny Pickett. The quarterback situation's a mess. It was a shame. And what else do I have here? We got card ladder up. We could do some looking there. I'd love to look Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love. It's not going to be a high-powered talk trash type of episode. It's going to be a little more nuanced. Let's look at some cards. Let's look at some prices, some charts. Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love boggles my mind. I don't understand why Jordan Love cards sell for more than Jalen Hurts cards. Jalen Hurts has been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won 1 of them. His career semi-parallels Mahomes. The guy scores more touchdowns than any other quarterback there is because of the tush push. He's exciting. He has big playmakers on his team. He has one of the best defenses in football. If you had to pick a team to go to the Super Bowl, some might say the Packers. They looked unstoppable. I knew this was the case. So everyone after week 2, same thing. What was it? The Steelers last year? It was maybe it wasn't. It was some team. Oh God, this team's unstoppable. They're winning games by tons of points. It wasn't the Steelers. Somebody else. I can't think of it. And then they just crash. And I'm not saying the Packers are going to crash, but it's a 17-week season, and then you have the playoffs. So it's you have to stay there. They're not untouchable. If you had to pick one team, the Eagles are right there. The Eagles keep stealing the best defensive player in the draft somehow, not with the top 10 pick. And PSA 9, it sells for $15 as Prism rookie. There's 5,500 of them. And in a 9, it's currently costs more to grade it than to just buy it. It wasn't the Steelers. There was a team, you're right. There was a team last year in the first 2 or 3 weeks just had the NFL by storm, scoring points, blowing people out, and they weren't even relevant by the end of the year. And it's a shame I can't think of who the damn team was. But this year, it's the Packers. The Packers' first 2 weeks looked just like a behemoth. No one's going to beat them ever. And then they have a terrible loss to the Browns, and then they tie the Cowboys. The red, white, and blue PSA 9. We didn't look at the 10. There's 1,200 of them. The last sold for $50. Very flat chart the last 6 months. Let's look at the last 2 years. Even the last 2 years. Look at this. This is a guy that won a Super Bowl. This is a guy that's a natural leader. This is a guy that plays the most important position in the NFL. I don't understand if we compare him to Jordan Love, I'm not saying Jordan Love cards are ridiculously priced, but I'm saying I don't understand why Love cards sell for more. And maybe it's just the silver. Let's check it out. No, PSA 9 Prism, same card, 3,500. So there is more. What was there? 5,500. But does the pop matter? I mean, 3,500 is not limited. It's selling for $20. So, okay, fine. 15 to 20, whatever. It's 25% more, a little more than that because you're going up from 15 to 20. PSA 10, $55. Who's grading this at this point? Nobody, right? PSA 10, 57, about even. 3,300 for Jalen Hurts. There's 3,300 in a 10. In a 10 for Jordan Love, there are also 3,300. And they have the same exact price. And yeah, we can look up McNabb. Sure, McNabb's not going to be, McNabb. Nobody cares 20 years later. Nobody gives a shit 20 years later. It's just how it's all now, hype now. And then, yeah, these guys, Jordan Love, he's lucky if his career, he is extremely lucky if his career ends up being Donovan McNabb. Donovan McNabb, he definitely went to he didn't win a Super Bowl. You go to a Super Bowl, he went to a lot of playoff games. Did Donovan McNabb go to a Super Bowl? Did Donovan McNabb? No, I know he didn't win a Super Bowl, but did he go to a Super Bowl? I'm going to say yes. Yes, McNabb went to one Super Bowl, whereas Eagles lost to the Patriots 24-21. Only one, but a lot of playoff games. McNabb had a great career. But let's look at the silver. The silver, I just don't understand why the silver sells for more. The last sale was 700 here for the Love. And if we look at the silver on the Hurts, let's go down. 637 the last time. I've been studying this for 6 months. I've been studying since the Super Bowl. I don't understand why. Jordan Love wishes he has Jalen Hurts' career. He, in a best case scenario, goes to one Super Bowl, not two. I mean, it doesn't make sense why it's mind-boggling. That's not a crazy number. Sure, 630 to 700, but this is the same thing that's been going on in the last 6 months. And I just don't get it. And if I had to pick one of the team that's better, yeah, the Packers got a great team. The Eagles have all the experience and maybe a better team. This was selling in June, July, May, 500 in the 500 range, one for 490. Then you got a bump to 624, back down to 465. And then the season, we get preseason and cards start, getting priced up. By the way, hey, that's good information there. Maybe that's a thing. You buy these quarterbacks. That's what SCV does. I'm not for it. I'm never going to do it. But who's this? Clearly in the chart. Well, okay, you buy it for 500 here, and then the season starts, and you sell it for 600 or 650 just in a month or two's time. Now, if they get hurt in the season, like Burrow, or they're not performing well early, that card's going to tank quicker than you could say quick. But Love and Jalen Hurts are performing, and they're on good teams. The Love card did not see that same spike, though, so it's not universal. We'd have to check a lot more charts, but it's not universal, so don't do that. But this card, it was stupid sale. Why? Explain to me. I don't know how well can you see this. Let's get a little dirty. Why the hell is there a $900 sale when nothing else touches that? I guess you could say, you can make the argument what's the 6 months before that look like. Nope, even less. Why it's pricing ticking, 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 and then falls big time. Why is that? And then this one, there's another sale here. Oh, this is the one we were looking at, maybe 900 in May. Is that the one we were looking at? 6 months? Yeah, this is the May sale, $900. It just some of these. This is an odd sale. This sale is weird. There's something, and then it drops right back down here. Why does that sale not really happen? Does that sale get reversed? Does that sale get? Why is there one that sold for 900 when nothing else, even in the realm? Even at the time, the sale before that was 620. The sale after that was 600. So why I don't have answers for you. We could get into speculation. We get into different reasons why, but why is there one that, and we're studying love and hurts here. But it's fun to look at charts. I love charts. Why is there a $900 sale? It makes no sense. Hey, let's see. Maybe one of us will try to drive the comps up. Again, I'm speculating, playing fun here, but we'll try to drive the comps up. We'll sell one to our friend for 900. We'll sell it immediately after and try to make the money. 900 doesn't even real. We'll give you back the 900 is fake money. We're just going to set the price there. And in this case, it didn't work. It fell right back down. I'm not saying that happened here, but I am saying with $60,000 cards, with $100,000 cards, with $13 million cards, that definitely could be happening. That definitely is happening. I've had enough conversations with enough people to hear that on Whatnot, there's definitely plants in those things. And if it happens on Whatnot, why isn't it happening in other places? Of course it is. It's not everything's so transparent in this industry. Not everything's right in front of your face, easy to see. It's proved with the serial number cards. It's proved with the parallels. It's proved with the new set every year. Speaking of which, to put some proof to the pudding, where is it? 81 likes. This video did good for me before I ever was a thing. This video got 3,000 views. This is one of my better videos back in the day. Good title. The hobby is effed. And I go over every single product that they released in 2023. And starting with this one, and also, I didn't just throw them up. I took time to find images. I took time to find video. I took time to edit it together and make it look like a real goddamn YouTube video. So sure, fine. And their content does well. If I had to put money on the fighter that trains every day and runs every day, or the fighter that's lazy, I'm going to do it on the fighter that trains every day. If I'm going to put money on a student and one does their homework 5 days a week and one just doesn't turn it in at all, I'm going to put my money on that student that's doing their homework. So if you want to talk about where channels are going to be in 3 years, I'm not hating on Neo or Sports Card or some of the other channels that don't put as much, but this is YouTube quality. This is what people want. Even some jokes thrown in, God forbid. How did we go down this? I don't know what I'm doing tonight. Last night, Geo and I ended up talking to Neo at the end. Neo Sports Cards. Thanks for calling in. It was always a pleasure. Interesting. The thing with Neo is I need to get to know him, and it's not going to happen through the camera. That's it. I can't our energies are so different. I get up, I get hyped. Neo doesn't get up. Neo doesn't get hyped. He's got those one-line digs. They thinks he's so clever with. I need to go to lunch with Neo. I need to learn. Me and Neo need to learn each other a little better because I think we both like wrestling. We both like sports cards. We both make YouTube content. There's some similarities here, but we're far different people. That would be my take there. But I don't know what I'm doing tonight. Right after, a joke. What do you know? God forbid. Right after the live. Then I called my car insurance, but hey, screw you guys. I could have canceled the live. I was venting. I had a hard day. I went live. I took it. Geo, whoever else wanted to call in, boom. But, I didn't have to go live. It was a tough day. So big deal. I tell you guys that I had a tough day and what happened. So F off. Screw you guys. It was a rough day. By the way, it all seems worked out. This is their third product. If you're considering Series 2, I am. It's another release. And they had 67 or 66, 67. Maybe it's 66, 65, but 67 is more fun to say. So I don't know where the hell I'm going. Then after I interviewed Troy, great interview. I already talked about this earlier, but a lot of, new people here. Troy enjoyed talking to a bunch. We went, he was willing. And he's open to feedback as we're learning. It's a learning process. And I'm willing. It doesn't mean we have to change our stance. It doesn't mean we have to change our content, but I'm open to hearing things. And so was he. And so that was refreshing. Scottie B, think highly of. Impressive. Smart. Knows he could do different stuff with his channel. Chooses not to. Another joke. What do you know? Not too bad, huh? Jokes are good. Comedy. Laughing's a good thing. Here we have Top Series 1 Baseball, first edition cards, checklist, and odds. And what do you know? I put images and I put prices and I put a number. And this was a year ago when my channel was getting 100 views. So there's a reason the channel is got taken a bump. There's a reason certain content people want to come on because they see the hard work, not to ooh-ee. But this is what YouTube content should look like. And this was before the channel ever popped up with any views. This is YouTube content. And you're not even hearing it, but you can see it. It paints a picture. It's moving. There was no face. There was no face. Not in this video. No face, but plenty of editing. Plenty of editing. Let's go back. This is what, the 5th product we have here? No, 6th product. J-Rod, the Show Collection baseball cards. Baseball cards. Anyone want to call in? You're more than willing. I'd love to hear your hot take on the industry right now. What's getting under your skin? What's your gripe? Comedy. John Daly, huge gambling problem. Huge gambling problem. Lost, he says it right there. Lost millions. Millions gambling. Our 7th product, the Topps World Baseball Classic Global Star Cards. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Speaking of cards, I was on a card line. Card Line is a website. One of the better sites, in my opinion. My bias, because they've featured me twice in the past 2 months. Maybe, but no. I think they don't just shit. They don't just come from it from a hobby perspective like every other website. They come at it from a reality. They're willing to challenge. They're willing to touch hot topic issues. Oh, what do you know? A video within this. Unreal. What does the audio sound like back in the day?
So we'll see what happens, but you never know. Fanatics owns Topps, so who knows?
What 9th product?
This should be exciting.
The 9th product. What the hell was I talking about? Someone want to call in? Bring the heat, bring the fire. I haven't checked chat at all. Who's here? Annoy. Professor, maybe someone doxed your info and filed a false report. Hey, I'm not that important, but I did think about it. No. Some scam people are scamming. Or even my students said they're getting calls about somebody, a student's cell phone getting calls about someone got in a car accident. That sounds more scammy, not your actual insurance company calling you. But yeah, we'll see where, I appreciate that, Paul, and we'll see where the channel goes in the years. I feel like, yes, hardly if I continue to put love and energy. If you're a teacher, this is a perfect example, and you don't like your job, the kids know it immediately. People realize energy. It is 100% a thing. If you're coming in there and going through the motions and giving the work and teaching, it's noticed. And if you go in there with love and enjoy your job and bring the fire and bring the passion, kids pick up on that too, and so do adults. It's seen. It's 100% seen. It's not words. It's not even actions. We read body language. We read energy. We see things. And so, yes, you know when someone's phoning it in and when someone's not. Our 10th product in 2023 was the Bob Ross Joy of Baseball cards. Baseball cards. In regards to your 98 video, not as fun as you remember. Roy's in baseball, Jordan again, the cementing of the Shanahan's NFL offense. I was 13, 12. I didn't like John Elway. I didn't want John Elway at the time. I wasn't a Jordan fan. I liked the Lakers. My dad's a huge Laker fan, Magic fan. You don't want Jordan to win. The steroid era, you're sure. Yeah, in hindsight, sure, the steroid era, everything ruined there. None of my baseball players I grew up watching even they don't matter. Everyone that I grew up watching has been shunned. I have a problem with that in baseball. But I thought the video was great. And I learned, I'm not mad that the video did bad. It's a learning process, trial and error. If I want to make videos like that, I need to start a sports channel and once a week, once a month, make a well-edited, fun video on sports because I love sports and it was fun to edit. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to. That content is clearly not what my viewers wanted. It's clearly not what this channel wanted, but it was a damn good video. I thought it was a damn good video. I was in the minors during the strike and beginning of the steroids. Paul, pick up the phone, hit the link, call in 800-755, kiss my ass. But serious, that sounds interesting. He was in the minors. Paul, a longtime viewer of the live, pretty much since I started going live. I don't know how long viewer of the channel, but what do you know? Some more comedy. How funny is this? This is a funny line, I feel like.
Cards all the time.
Can't hear it. Oh, my headphones.
Takumi Oshiro. Ryan McBroom, he's not Japanese.
What happened to you? Huh? What happened?
Just crap.
Just a cramp?
Oh, just crap.
So you told me what can you eat to help you make you feel better?
Bananas.
Yeah. Why bananas?
Monkeys never claps. Monkey never clap. Because a monkey every day bananas. Too.
I mean, that shit's funny. That's funny. People like funny. What's wrong with funny? Who do we got? It's not Paul, but we got somebody. Oh, boy. This is going to go one of two ways. Respectful conversation, nice, or he's going to bring the fire and passion. I've seen both. He has his camera on. He's outside. Ziggy, welcome to the show.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well.
I'm jealous of the green. My biggest gripe on Vegas is I don't see enough green, and you just want to shove that tree in my face, don't you?
I'm actually in Tampa right now. I'm not at home. I'm out on the road in Tampa.
What are you doing in Tampa?
Work, just and not card related work. I'm a cybersecurity expert, so I'm doing some other work. I'll just leave it at that.
What inspired you to call? Anything on your mind?
Well, I saw you were saying anybody calling. I also just want to say I really enjoyed your last few shows. I think you do a great job of pulling people together. Like last night, you had that heated little moment with Neo, and it felt like there was a moment of awkwardness, but it went so well. Like that was good. Like that was, like you said, it's real content.
I went a little hard. I got passionate for a moment.
But I'll say this too, dude. As a person, I'll say I've felt like you have about that. I mean, I knew Neo and Flipping Steve and Dustin from the beginning in 2020, and I always felt like an outsider of those guys when I've seen them at events and conferences. So I understand, and I think it just is what it is. But that's what I'm saying. I related to that, and I like your conversations you had. So I was just calling in. I did put some comments in the chat earlier. Like, there's been a lot going on. Like, I was wondering your thoughts on the whole Snipe platform. I know you're following.
Tell
that
me more
Probstein.
about. I've been so busy.
Okay.
I know Probstein's with Snipes really new. Yeah. What is going on? Let's hear it.
He's pushing it. I think it's launched. I mean, he was on Sports Card Dad show today. He's been on a lot of places. I'll be honest. One of the guys who I think gave one of the most honest critiques is that Tarver guy.
Don't tell. Oh, Jesus, I can't.
And I'll tell you, here's
just
just real quickly, just so you know, Tarver, though, here's an interesting thing. He's a teacher. He's an educator.
Now, I saw he had 1 million views on the same channel on his math.
That's the thing. He was not in sports cards until recently.
I don't like his content.
Well, what I'd say is you're a guy, I think if you reached out to him and met him, you'd find a lot of commonalities, and he'd probably listen to you. Anyway, if you listen to that conversation, he's very good because he talks about how there's too many marketplaces, and will a user really use that? They'll probably use it once.
What is it? What exactly is it?
So kind of like Probstein is taking his business off of eBay. He's one of the #1 eBay sellers, and he's built his own platform. And it's called Snipe. Okay, it's his own platform, Snipe. A bunch of different ways to differentiate it. I'm not going to represent him and tell you them, but there are a bunch of differences. Like you can chat in the middle of the bidding with each other, like egg people on. Fees are really cheap in the beginning, which I think is interesting. He always says introductory fees at 3 and 5%. Well, eventually they're going to change. Again, I don't want to promote it. I just think it's interesting.
So he wants people to come use his platform.
Yeah, he's competing against eBay. It's very similar to PwC when they left, right? They left eBay. They created their own platform, and I'll be honest, guys, if you remember this, they got their asses saved because Fanatics bought them. Everybody who's ever tried to build their own eBay has failed, in my opinion. I don't know any company. And again, Tarver, if you listen to the video, he talks about some other non-sports card companies, ones like Ubid or something like that. Another group of eBay executives who went out and tried to compete and make another eBay platform, and they failed. So there's just, I don't know. I thought it was interesting. Like I said, to me, the Snipe thing, my advice is that there'll be opportunity there to buy cards undervalued because I don't think there'll be enough buyers. He's incentivizing sellers to go over there, right? So sellers, you get better fees, but I don't know. For example, I would not sell on his platform, but I'd be buying on his platform right now.
At first instinct, it won't work. I mean, I know he knows what he's doing, but me and Scottie B talked about it, not in this angle, but there's so much like Arena Club and Courtyard are direct competition to every breaker out there. There's so much and this only is another one. I know it's a different side of the business, but the competition that everyone wants to open a card shop, there's eventually there's too much competition, there's too many sellers, there's too many platforms, as you say, Tarver says.
Yeah, that I would say that space. In fact, every show I watch, it seems like every card store that you hear, I'm thinking Chasing Cardboard did a video today. They're in a new card store. They're all within since COVID. You know what I'm saying? They're all COVID shops. There's not a lot of pre-COVID stores that they're going in and talk to. And I do agree. I think those markets will probably get hit hard in the future. Like I've always felt like local shops can be very warm and welcoming to their clientele, but they're very alienating to others, right? Like if you don't fit in there, you kind
Okay,
of feel like you're not
that's
there.
a fair
You know what I'm
take
saying?
on card shops.
Where conversely, in breaking communities, you're anonymous. They don't know if you're a guy or a girl. They don't know your color. All they know
There
is you're
is less
buying and selling.
connection. Like if I'm going into a room, I can have a connection to the person, but I don't. There's something
Well,
about feeling a shop and being in
Here's
a
my
shop.
example. I know a woman who I didn't know she was a woman. She was in breaks all the time. And she's the one that explained that to me. That she used to hate going to card stores and trying to buy stuff because guys always treated her
No, I
like she
think
didn't
that's
know.
fair. I
So
go into card stores and feel alienated. I mean,
Yeah.
I think if you're not part of the little tribe sometimes, but there are better card shops or better owners that immediately make you feel. I was in Colorado and I visited a shop, and man, I was the nicest guy in the world ran that shop.
Yeah. Well, I think there's some great ones. And again, I'm not knocking them, but I wouldn't be. I don't know. I think it's an interesting space to be in. I'll put it.
Well, Hobby Champs, I don't care if they open it. That's not the point. You're not really listening. It's the fact that there's so many. Eventually, the competition becomes cutthroat. Not everyone survives in business. Eventually, the big players normally survive, but especially in 2025. But so the point is, I don't care if they open a card shop. Fine. The point is, there's tons of competition.
Yeah. And now you got GameStop, really? I mean, think about that, right? And you could potentially have Lids, who I think is not doing cards anymore. But anyway, I thought I'd mention the snipe thing. I think it's interesting. It reminds me of Star Stock. When Star Stock came out, there was a lot of opportunity in that marketplace for a while before it crashed.
So what's your take on snipe? You're
again,
more
like I said,
informed than me.
First of all, I'm not a buyer. I don't buy cards. I sell. And I will continue to. My primary way of selling is through consignment. I sell through DC87. And I'll tell you recently, I have been going direct from my PSA grades to eBay. I did that this week. I had a bunch of cards come back. And since I'm traveling, it was just easier to send them over to eBay to sell than it was to ship them home and wait and whatever. A lot of them actually were from the Topps baseball set that they gave away at National. And they're all baseball cards. Like the timing's perfect. All came back 10s. In fact, guys, out of my 20 cards, man, 17 came back 10s. 17 to 20.
What'd you do special?
Nothing. And I'll just tell you guys this right now.
Congrats.
Before that, I had one that came back 1 out of 20. So I had a 5% gem rate. This is why I'll tell you guys, to me, grading is magic. And I'm the type of guy.
Magic. It's also, a lot of people think it's a scam. You got one.
Some people call it a scam. I call it magic. My point to this is guys who sit there and pre-grade cards and rule them out because they see corners. I think that's interesting. I respect that. But you ever wonder why those cards get in those 10s? Because somebody submits it. And in life, showing up is 80% of the battle, man. So what I do is I buy cards and breaks. I buy them, from people who are in breaks, and I ship those cards directly, from me to PSA. I'm a PSA member. And I still send. Like everybody else is complaining about turnaround times. I'll say, here's another thing. Dude, I dropped off 2 orders in July. I can send you the dates on these. They're both expected back October 20th. One already came back, and the other one will be back next week. That's almost a month ahead of time.
It's hit and miss sometimes, though.
It absolutely. Well, here's my point to this. I'm consistent. Every month I'm sending out 20 to 40 cards. So some months they're slower, some months they're faster. But if you're just doing it, you just create a system. You're not sweating and whining about, I got to wait for my card. Just what I tell people is
you have to have money up front to put into it. It takes capital. It takes time.
No. Again, if you're a PSA member, you don't pay until the cards are graded. Okay, like I submit them, and then when they
pay prior.
No, I don't pay until the day the grades are ready.
Well, I understand, but you're still paying before you sell them. I mean, you still have to have that.
Yeah, but the time is smaller. I know what you mean. But right now, if you go to if you go to GameStop, you got to pay GameStop up ahead. You pay them ahead of time for your 5 or 10 cards.
Yeah. Or if you're sending them to a third party.
Start there with GameStop. Even if it's 1 card a month or 2 cards a month, I do recommend that. Create a system in whatever you're doing. Whether you're grading for your PC, let's say you want to create a 100 card, PSA
the
set
flip side
registry.
is so much stuff you could buy a Jordan Love PSA 9, Jalen Hurts PSA 9 rookie for $15.
Yeah.
So why grade? There's a big. You could also get killed. Why grade some of this stuff? Because if you grade it, then it's going to be worth most of the stuff. Unless you're smart about it. I mean, if you're smart about it.
Yeah, I'm a numbers guy. Look at it's numbers. I run a bunch of cards through, and financially, it's been working for me. And there's a lot of guys out there who do it. I love watching Little Victories. He's like Elico 3, who basically is grading cards and selling cards. I want to. Sorry to interrupt you. Michael made a comment. I've had it on the board because I wanted to.
I went to Texas this summer, Dallas and North Dallas, and it's growing, that metropolitan. And they had so many new card shops. A lot. I live in Vegas. Vegas has support over the last 4 or 5 years. So many more have popped up, and it's support. I don't know how Vegas supports 7 card shops. And so sure, certain areas of the country are going to be dry. I went to Colorado, plenty of card shops in that area of Denver or North Denver. So it does matter where you live. But they're popping up. Everyone, there's a lot of, Tom Brady's putting a card shop every month somewhere. Isn't that right? There's just a lot of shops,
To Mike, though, what I'd recommend if you're in an area that doesn't have card shops, look to get with a couple people in your community and build a trade night, maybe with a local school, to get some momentum going, to see there's a community there, to kind of test the market first. Also, you could build your own online marketplace, right? And then use the trade show. So you maybe start virtually. And so your customers want to meet you every month. Hey, I'll be at the XY trade show that you're running. And then you can move yourself into an LCS in your own in the future. But I'd say start with, some people, trade nights, see if there's a market for it, and then add to that maybe virtual component as well.
Ziggy, we had this chat off. It's when you get passionate, you come too hot. You do so much better. You'd make so much more of an impact because, someone said, hey, when you're not out, you're not losing, you're a chill guy. You are. But when you come that way, it makes it hard to, there's so much emotion, which I get that way too, but you get that way even more.
I'll tell you, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I love you because there's a part of me that envies what you've been able to do because you're a better communicator than I am. I feel a lot of the same frustrations you do, man. I really do. I mean, I think one thing that everybody can agree upon is we all want to make the hobby better, right? We do, whether it's, Gio wants to make more money on it or I want to make more money, but we all want to make it better, right? We want to make it safer. We want people to come back. We want people to enjoy it. And like I said, you've done a great job of, having a voice. You're very calm. You've helped me calm down. Anyway.
Hey, that's a win. That's a win. Okay, give me your. I got a gripe on the hobby. I know. Come on, we want the passion. We want to bring it.
I mean, there's lots of areas that need improvement. I heard them talk about last night about the 18 thing. I think that's a great point, but I don't think that's as big of an issue. I don't think there's many 18-year-olds buying into breaks because most of them have to use some type of adult credit card. Now, I know that's not an answer because all of our kids can get access, but I think there's something better we could do. And I really think it comes to self-regulation. I really wanted to get an association going. For example, in a breaker association, I would have someone like you on that to give feedback. I'd have someone like you coming in to run an audit on a breaker, right? Because I think it's important to have that transparency. In the hobby, I'd love to have you involved more with breaking down the barriers and concerns about our boxes being loaded or not. Like, I really do believe that, for the most part, it's a good hobby. We can make it better. And I think all areas need work. So, like I said, I applaud what you're doing, man. I'd be just happy. Thank you.
Hey, Ziggy, thank you for calling in. It's getting windy over there, but thank you so much. It was great talking.
I'll be listening, man. Have a great night. And again, I really appreciate it being done.
Hey, have a good night. Thanks, Ziggy. Hey, that was nice of him to say. Flattering. Come on now. Ziggy's come hot at me more than once. So that was nice to hear. How long we've been going? 40 minutes. Jesus. It feels like, what's
Opening at 9.
All right. No, I want to hear what my audio sounded like then. I'm sure I talked some in this. Maybe not. Maybe I kept it all video and picture. But this video I made, a year ago, a little over a year ago, before my channel really got any bump. Going over every product Topps release. Topps Tribute here is the 12th product we're looking at. It's insane. It's more than a product a week. And I can't fix. Nothing's gonna fix that. Nothing's gonna change that. And if people are, if there's a market for it, if they're selling it, if they're making, what do we got here? Come on now, all this edited in quality.
Let's see what card we got. Nice. Eddie Murray, 30 of 75 on.
How much? How much is that? Anybody? More than $12? 24? 36 bucks? What does that go for?
Card auto.
It's just a scam.
Hey now.
Check out 2023 Topps Tier 1 Baseball, premium baseball product. You got 3 cards in this box.
I uploaded the video and the music in this short got flagged for copyright. So you get 2 autographs and 1 memorabilia in this box. He's going to open it now. It's currently selling for $225. I think it was more than that when it came out. This is Topps Tier 1 Baseball. It's our 13th product. And again, let's just take a look at him opening it now. You're only going to get 3 cards for that $225. 2 autographs. There's his first. A Trey Turner auto jersey. Pretty cool looking card. His second. What was your guess at the beginning of the video? How many products did Topps release in 2023? Quality. 14th product. Topps throwback. I mean, just unreal every week.
Topps Throwback Thursday Baseball Edition. I believe it. Featuring the 1980s.
This is released weekly in a 3-card set, printed on 18-point heritage stock. So this is a weekly release, at least in 2023. Every Thursday, a new 3-card set is offered for $15. They're available for 7 days. Go get yours now. Kiss my ass.
And they are James Outman of the Dodgers, Corbin Carroll of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and Spencer Steer of the Cincinnati Reds.
$10. We'll take it.
Sorry, I'm looking for something.
I actually got this for $1,000 from cardsinfinity.com. That's who I actually buy most of my sealed wax from. But now, websites like
all right, we have a lot more people in the lot, so I'm going to pause from this, just go over what I went over at the beginning. A lot more, triple the amount that were here in the beginning. SCV never showed up yesterday, as you know. He also never responded to me. Not last night after he said something, not this morning after I mentioned, hey, man, we want to prove yourself, come back on the live, let's chat. Nothing. Crickets. Pac-Man finally messaged a comment. We went on live a month ago, commented on it, he finally replied back. He DM'd, I DM'd, he DM'd back. He only wants to chat. He doesn't want to talk on the phone. He won't answer the hard questions. He won't, after I asked him, after he sent me this message, it's defending himself so hard, but staying away from any hard issue. I asked him, hey, let's just talk for 20 minutes. I'm not going to go back and forth with you on this text. I can't get a read for anything through the text, but no, he hasn't responded since. However, the other 2 gentlemen, highly impressive, having a conversation with, just smart. I find them to be intelligent conversations. I find Scottie B understands that he's chosen his lane in card content. He knows he could do other things. He knows he's been approached to break. He knows he could be a little more flashy with this content. He could take certain sponsors. He does not. He's making that choice. Trike or Troy kind of has made the choice that, hey, I will make the sensationalized content. Hey, look at my $100,000 collection. Hey, look at Mamba Card's $1 million buy or however much he spent. However, very honest, very genuine, very willing to listen. He gave me some feedback. We talked. It was a great conversation just on the hobby, on content, on things that we agree on, things we don't agree on, and saying just well-informed people. So I enjoyed those conversations a lot. My Raiders suck. Geno's got to go. After week 1 against New England, I'm like, damn, we have the best quarterback we've had since Rich Gannon. I go to the game week 2, 3 interceptions, 1 on the first play. I go to the game week 4, 3 interceptions, 1 on the first drive. Max Crosby has interception. Genty goes for 3 TDs. Geno's gotta go. And then we moved on. We were looking at Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love. I think the Packers are playing great until the last 2 weeks. Everyone crowned them already. They're a great team. They have a lot of talent this year. They brought in some great players. It's a long season. The Eagles have been proven. And yet Jordan Love cards sell for more than Jalen Hurts cards. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. They're relatively close, but no, Jordan Love cards are selling more than Jalen Hurts, and I don't understand. And then we went over to the video, which I was enjoying watching some old work here.
Yeah, Card World and David Adams. These boxes now go for around $1,250 per box. 2 cards for over $1,200. That's some crazy. 1 card in here.
The problem, Blue Red Master, is I'm too used to that. That's been the career. That's been the Raider fan lore forever. Draft picks, and we fail on drafting well. Genty was a good pick. 15th product of the year. It's not in order of date. I don't know when the hell they came out. How are we halfway? I must start pumping it up a lot faster. Oh, some more little cut in. What'd I do? $70 with 2 off.
Ouch.
A little editing, God forbid. 16.
Baseball is here. 2023
Bald
Top
like
Stadium
me.
Club Baseball. This is that beautiful looking product where they really focus on those pictures.
Once again, his shorts, the music behind it got copyrights. I'm just going to talk over it. The Stadium Club, there's 2 autographs per box, and it's currently selling for $170. I heard a lot of good things when this product came out in 2023. People liked it for the price point, and I guess a box for $170 with 2 autos. And in this video, he talks about how they focus on the photos and the pictures. And I would agree, it does look like a nice product. I've always liked Stadium Club, and you're not breaking the bank buying it.
Some money up and watch the money lane.
And do the money dance.
Top Strip Baseball.
Hey, that's what they're all doing, right? They're all including Gio. Gio every time, the money dance. He's doing the money in his head. It's money, 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 money dance. He admits it. He admits it. It's true. Some won't admit it, but they're doing that money dance.
Now for about 3 or 4 years. They're kind of fun cards. A little bit of a quirky release, but not a bad checklist and not a bad auto checklist. There are no guaranteed autos in the box. However, they are available, so you could get lucky, and you gotta rip the card to find them. So let's see what we get here. At
what point is it just all run together? There's a set every week, more than every week. At what point? None of it's, I guess if you have your 1 or 2 products you like a year, okay. But it takes anything away from being anything staying big, anything having a moment, anything really being iconic that year, because there's 65. Classic.
Find them. So let's see what we get here. We'll only get 4 cards, and that's going to be a tough one for me to rip right there. All right, so we're going to pull it out here. The Wade Boggs. So we started with the Tyler Stevenson, numbered to 30. We end up with a Wade Boggs, numbered 49 out of 60.
Maybe I need to stop. Yeah, but I never gonna stop.
I ain't never gonna stop.
We had the Colton Kessler silver, the gold,
18th product,
chrome,
pro
the
debut,
Troy Melton autograph.
Looked exactly like the last thing.
Balthazar,
The last
silver,
thing. And let's rip a card
the
now.
Jacob Mizurovsky,
Create a product. They got to decide are they gonna rip it or
the
not.
Jorge Barossa,
Winner,
silver
money.
to what are they? 199.
Sense of pride in what you do? No sense of duty?
Dick Tracy.
You gotta
Great
be kidding
movie.
me.
Underrated.
Like, what?
We got pristine baseball here.
Come on.
Hey, who's talking about this? Run Good Life.
That's like
How the
literally
cards are put
ridiculous.
Together.
I got brains.
Oh God, the old video.
What's up, guys?
W for the old video.
Great day. I went on a binge about a month ago and bought a bunch of stuff on Tops Now. This is a road to opening
Road
day.
to opening day. Product
You get
20.
an autograph. Comes with 10 cards. This is the auto, I think. Dansby Swanson, my Cubs, and numbered card, Brandon.
Stop it, fire, guys.
So
We have stars of the postseason.
And grab this. Anyway, this is the what is it? The stars of the postseason. So let's
Maybe
see
a
what we
couple
got.
of these, though, I appreciate
overall,
it.
it's
Maybe
not
a
too
couple
bad.
of these are a
I don't know
little
if there's gonna be anything else.
gimmicky because I included Tops Now, but I mean,
That
these are
was it.
releases they're
So,
doing
there we
once
go.
a year with Tops Now. Now we have a 2023 that's just
Guys,
Tops Now
Phil with
checklist
Filthy
in
Cards.
general.
Today we have the Tops
So of the
Now.
60
This is the card with Acuna.
Of the 67 products, what 3 are Tops Now? So fine, and maybe it's 66. More fun. 6, 7. 2023 Tops Now baseball officially starts with spring training. If you didn't have enough product, buy it every day. Buy it every week. At first, I really like this. I like the concept because you actually get to see the print run. I wish we, if cards were really transparent in a good buy, you'd know the print run of everything. The only thing we have is PSA pop counts, which can be altered because people are cracking 8s, cracking 9s, so they're not exactly true. But it's the closest thing we have. Come on, I got to see the old edits. This video was not a short video to make. This video took a lot of love.
They both won MVP in the same year. All right. There's the card itself.
Trivia Night did garbage. Most people didn't want it. I don't know.
Looking at me, Swan.
That's the honest truth. Trivia
And
night
you got
takes,
top
by the way,
team collect-
trivia night takes me work. I got to come up with the trivia. I got to buy the cards. So there's more back in there. And then it just doesn't do very well. People are, they're used to this style live now. And the trivia is slow and a little boring. Maybe I could do a trivia at the end of one of these. There's 100 people, maybe the people that want to stick around, maybe do a trivia at the end. That could be an option.
which we're going to rip into right here. You know, you got at least 4 hits in this box, 2 autos, plus a couple relics.
So have we already surpassed your guess from the beginning of the video? We're at 23 and we're at no sign of stopping anytime soon. This is Topps Museum Collection. It's our 23rd product. It's currently selling for $420. So it's held its value. It's doing well. People like this product. Just crazy. I got a reply from SCV at 423. I didn't know that. Been busy. That's how busy. I haven't even checked my phone since 423. Sorry, I'm not going to read you the exact thing. There are 2 time zones. And he fell asleep. He woke up to some girl showing up at his house. Not a fun night. I'm sorry. We will get together soon for sure. All right. Call in anytime. Call in anytime. Let's bring the smoke. Let me attack you for not coming on. You should have been here against Gio. But anyways, we did hear back 423 before I went live. That's what I got. Crazy to think how many thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of cards were printed, if not millions. The message is the same. This was a year ago, over a year ago, before I had viewers, and I'm still showing how many goddamn products. Excuse me. I'm not supposed to do that. How many damn products there are. My dad messaged me one time. You know, the chat, whatever. My dad. Hey, Jace, you know, you really shouldn't say goddamn. It might piss people off. It might get people offended. Oh, boy. Jesus Christ. In 2023 by Topps. I got 10 minutes left. I didn't have something big show planned tonight. I didn't have a lot. I just got done interviewing too. I want to edit some things, maybe make a video here. So I got about 10 minutes. We won't do 2 hours. What time is it? It's 6:23. We've been going 53 minutes. I think I have about 10 minutes left. Which is Mary Gamble the girl. That's hilarious. Gio won't smoke anyone. He just yells really loud. Gio does the opposite of yell. He just agrees, so you don't get to breach the subject any further. If I have an issue with something, it's just simple. He agrees. Now, does he genuinely agree? Probably, maybe. I think this is my take on Gio. Prove me wrong, Gio. I think his kid take, I bet he's in the breaker world. He's got to know some people that are making content like that. I feel like he'd have a strike. He's not making content with kids. So why is he going harder on it? It's stupid. It's dumb to do. I made the point yesterday and I stand by it. When you do a good deed, it doesn't have to be done on the camera. They can give away cards to kids. Why do they have to post it on YouTube and Instagram? Why do they have to do that? Oh, the content does well? Well, it's a BS content. Of course it does well. You're giving away free stuff to kids. Making yourself look good. It doesn't do that well, by the way. It does numbers. Does it do well? I mean, what are we comparing it to? It doesn't do that great, but it gets some numbers on IG, but it's still BS. I feel like Gio's take would be harder against it, but my guess is he has some friends or knows people, has to go a little soft on it. That would be my guess. But I'm fully against you could do good deeds and not put them on camera. You know, it's some BS. It's the same thing like anybody that's big time money is given to charity. Well, there better be an article written about it. There better be a video made about it. There better be somebody important around to document it, because they're not just going to give it away, not on camera or not for free 95% of the time. 26th product. What do we have here? The home run challenge. I guess that's not, maybe there's a few products that weren't, but look for the cards in series 1, series 2. So this one doesn't count. There's maybe a few numbers. To be fair, the Topps now, this Topps here. Let's fast forward that one. What else we got? Oh, and more editing. What do you know?
All right, so here we go. Alex Bregman, numbered to 606. That's pretty cool. Let's see, what's the other one I got? Your boy, Pete Alonso, numbered to 247. Now that means that's how many people turned it in for that day. Sweet.
We also print actual currency and we distribute that to the Federal Reserve banks.
Thank you.
As much as I love
Who the hell made
showing
this video?
every single product, I think it's awesome to see in one video. We'll be here for 2 hours if we keep going at this rate. So next to me, I'm going to put up some of the more obscure product. We'll get back to
Tops
seeing
within the game.
each product like we were, but I have to get through. So I think we're on number 25 or 26 here. We're going to jump all the way to product number 40 because, again, we'll just be here all day. If we run through every product like this, it'll be a 2-hour video. So what are some of my observations making this video? I can't, the numbers startled me. I knew it would be a lot of product. I had no idea it was this much. I mean, bamboozled is the word. I mean, who knows? Obviously, card shop owners know the number is this high. Breakers, depending on their level, might know the number is.
I wore contacts all week at school, but in this room, and if I have a fan on, my eyes are so dry, I put on the glasses.
Is this high? The average card collector, hobbyist, flipper, reseller has no clue. I mean, Topps is just printing
Brooklyn
money.
collection.
That's what's happening here. They are just continuing to print product and print. This is tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of cards per product run. Unless you're talking about the Topps Now stuff or some real limited. I'm sure the Japan stuff is not quite that high, but you're talking about, I mean, just do the math with cases and how many cases are out and do all the multiple. It's just hundreds of thousands of cards in these bigger products, millions of cards that are just trash, that are worth nothing. They're no value. Many people do not want them. There's the select few cards many people want, and there's some or few in between. So we'll get back.
Well, JJ, let's do this right. Call in the live. Let's spill the secrets. Let's talk about it. The live's going to end here in a few minutes. So if you want to extend it, you know, I make over everyone that calls the money thing, though. I mean, there's a lot of people with a lot of money in the space right now. Money has moved in. People have been bamboozled's the word. So, you know, I had someone hit me up yesterday, a hater in the chat, who said, sorry, I didn't mean to hate, flexing how much money he has in cards. I have Mike Petty's a great guy. He doesn't want to buy. He says he's humble about his collection. Hey, I hear you got a nice collection. It's all right. But then he's willing to throw how much money he's got. So, you know, to think when you're trying to flex money, you know what? So does Jeff Wilson. So does Gio. So does Michael Rubin. There's a lot of people in cards right now that have put some big money into cards. They've had money. Hey, let's take a little bit of this investment. Let's move it into cards like Kevin O'Leary. Well, I don't believe that card's worth 13 million. And I don't believe a lot of cards these people are buying are worth that price. We'll find out in 10 or 20 years. Everyone acts as if this is the norm. This has been going around forever. This is how it works. This is not how it works. This is not the norm. This is very new. And so let's see what happens. We don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. G.I. Joe? G.I. Joe? You just don't know what's going to happen. JJ's going to talk all that shit over here and not call in. Of course not. Professor, we've talked a lot. You know, like you, I'm old school car. Oh, we have talked. All right. Well, I don't know. Some people have a different name here versus who I talk to elsewhere. So JJ, I've many conversations. I don't know this name. Maybe I'm sure I know your name, however we communicated. It's America Money Talks. Hey, you know, there's plenty of content out there that does well hating on that concept. Like there's tons of real estate content made for the past 5-6 years saying the end is tomorrow and the end still hasn't come. And those videos do wildly successful. So in the end, the prices don't go up forever. Something will happen eventually, 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, 1 year. I don't know. And that's how I feel about cards. And you know what? So if every other industry is making that content because money walks in America and everything else doesn't, well, there could definitely a niche to make content hating against the bullshit.
To watching every single product, again, you should have, or at the beginning of the video, you came up with a number of how many products you thought Topps released and baseball products in 2023. So we'll go through every Topps product. We'll get the number, and then we'll add Leaf, Panini.
Now, this is the problem with the English language. This should say archives, but it's archives. And there's many. But English language is a tricky, funny, stupid thing.
Don Russ came out with it. Those are the lists to show how many total Topps products in baseball and how many total products total in 2023. This is not good for anyone but the producer. Maybe card shop owners, possibly the breakers. This is just, it's good for the people selling. Notice, all those are the people selling the product. The three things I did.
God, I was even saying the same thing over a year ago with no views. Same thing. Nothing changed for me. I learned the game a little better on YouTube. It took some time. Nothing's changed. All the people shilling, all the people telling you it's doing great, all the people saying buy, all the people this. Well, they're also heavily invested. Either they own some high-end damn cards or they sell the product. Case in point, case closed. Boom.
Having those three different tiers have in common is they're selling the product versus it's not good for any buyers. I mean, it's just, this is not how cards appreciate. If you notice the cards that have appreciated over time, the cards selling for millions of dollars, it's because there's one in that grade.
Oh, Frank. I think Magni is how I say it. Frank, I enjoyed your email quite a bit. I look forward to talking with you. If you're that email settle, I get a lot of emails, not a lot. I get several emails a week, more than 5, let's say 10, I don't know, something. I get some messages. Yours was concise, on point, well thought out, well written. So that says a lot about, hopefully we chat sometime soon.
There's 100 total in existence. It's not because millions of different parallels were printed of the same damn card. Let's get back to it. It's disappointing. It's sad. Comment below. What are your thoughts?
They go crazy over the Chrome stuff. It doesn't really matter. You just label it, put Chrome on it. We just need to keep making more of it. So the plan is to come up with, in September, we're going to release this Cosmic Chrome. We're going to follow it up just 10 days later with the Chrome Sapphire Edition. Now, here's the thing. My kid is graduating high school. He needs to go to Paris with his graduating class. Here we have Topps Chrome that came out October 1st. This is going to be the base stuff. But trust me, it's not going to end there. I know we all need to make our profits this year. So a month and a half later, just 6 weeks later, we're going to release the update series. A lot is updated. A lot changes in those 6 weeks. Really, nothing changes. We just want to make more money. Then November 24th, just a few days later, 2 weeks later, we'll release the Logo Fractor Edition. All this is going to sell. It's the mic. I mean, it's someone says the voice, Volcanic, the voice sounds different. It's the mic. I mean, it's just that mic. I don't know which one sounds more like me, but it's the mic. We're going to make money on all of it. And we're all going to go on amazing vacations. The Topps 2023 Chrome's Update Series Sapphire. We're going to come out with that December 11th. But this is Christmas time. We need to make our money. So December 18th, the following week, the craze has not stopped. They love this Topps Chrome stuff. The Topps Chrome Black will sell. We'll do that December 18th. And we'll have money for Christmas.
My wife left me, or she'd be starving. My kids would be starving. I do not have a problem. I enjoy gambling.
As much as So what I will say is, coming on live, I can't put this video was way before my channel got views. I can't do that. I mean, coming on live is preventing me from putting hours in this, but the lives are so fun and enjoyable and having fun conversations. And I'm still going to try to make a quality video every week, still clip together some of these pieces for a video, still do an interview at least once a week. But the channel has evolved, changed, but damn, this was some fire. This was fire. Come on now. I enjoyed making the first half of this video and chopping up every single top set and showing it back to back. I thought that was a really fun exercise and it looked neat and cool back to back. You can see this video is already 26.5 minutes long. So I'm just going to continue running the product behind me and give some of my thoughts and maybe talk about some of the product. Now you can see we're nearing or already past 50 different products. That is just insane. I never would have guessed that at the beginning of the video or when I started my research. And be honest, what did you guess at the beginning of the video? Comment below, what did you guess? Also, if you enjoyed the first half with all the different sets back to back, I can work on a video like that where I just do the entire run with nothing else, just back to back to back. Comment back to back below. And if I get 10 comments of back to back. All right. We get the point here. 68, more than 67. Bowman Draft 2023. And then that doesn't account for Panini. It doesn't account for Leaf. It doesn't account for any wild card. It doesn't account for any other baseball product out there. Hey, there's my bald head. Come on now. Next to the Tyson auto. Hey now. We've been on here an hour 5. I did a 40-minute interview prior to this with Scottie B. Baseball cards. What do we do? What did I talk about? I went, I go through the channel. I'm getting better. I'm getting smarter. We talked about, what was a good one I liked here? Let's see. 10 things you must know I survived. Paul Skeens. No, none of this. None of this here. But I did mention two of his recent videos. Maybe this was one. There was a problem with parallels he had. So we talked about the problem with parallels. Problem with recent patches. So we talked about that. And we talked about some of the hobby, the content, some of the people in the content. 1 million parallels here. 2025 Topps Chrome has a massive parallel problem.
Cards, and in this video I want to look at 2025 Topps Chrome and discuss how there's a million.
This is a well-researched video. Come on now. And it's even got the little things here. I don't like the things. Can you just fast forward? But we have 2015. He goes through it. 2015, number of parallels, 3 non-numbered, 7 numbered, 10 total. Fast forward to 2017, 5 non-numbered, 9 numbered, 14 total. Fast forward to 2021, 6 non-numbered, 16 numbered, 22 total. So more than doubled. There was 10 back in 2017. You now have you have 22 of them in 2021. Number of number cards per player. Look at the amount that came up. This is 1930 per player. Or back in 2017, it was 754. Back in 2015, it was 580. Now we jump to 2023. Still 6 non-numbered. That matches. That didn't jump from 2021. However, it goes to 21 numbered. You have 27 total parallels from up to 22. Started at 10. There's now 2,700 number cards of each player. Where back in 2015, there was 580. Number of rookie autograph subjects, 55 back in 2015. You fast forward to 2023, there's 129. Did he do 2025? He sure did. 45 total. 45 parallels when it used to be 10. Or even in 17, there was 14. Or in 2021, there was 22. There's now more than double that. It's up to 45 with 166 different rookie autograph subjects. Insane. Too many. And that's one product. That's one product of the 66, 60, 69, 70 products we just looked at. How does someone think it's sustainable? How does someone think this is a good place to buy? How does someone think this is a good place to put your money with this garbage? So many of them. Will a few hold? Sure. Which set will it be? Which parallel will it be? And it'll only be a few players that hold. Guys, I think that's about all I have. I thought it was a good live. I don't have a ton else. I stretched it to this far. Ziggy, thanks for calling in. It was a good call, Ziggy. Tonight was a really good call. How many downtowns have been graded? Just checking all the Rockies need to do. It was a great interview. I'm looking forward to the overprinting is disgusting. Absolutely. I mean, it's just a bummer. I'll be back Friday night. I don't have an interview in between, so I'll be able to prep for a good Friday night show. Friday night's supposed to be a 45-minute deal, not a 2-hour. Also, behind the scenes, I want to start clipping. It's a 2-hour live sometimes. A lot of the times, I should be clipping 10 minutes and making it a video. These pretty much get demonetized every time, the lives. And even if they're not, the lives don't pay at all. The videos, I'll still make 10, 20, 30 bucks. I mean, it's a little something. So clipping these 2 hours of work, 3 hours of work, the prep, the clipping, that takes time. I might try to make some of these into shorter videos because not everyone is. I can't believe 2,000 people, more 2.2, more than 2,000 people watched yesterday's live after the fact or during. Over 1,200 people watched it after the fact. So there is some sort of market for longer form, but there's definitely people not. I'm not going in to watch somebody's 2-hour live. I'm not going back to, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do it on Dan Patrick. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it on sports. So there's other people that aren't going to watch that. So I'm probably going to clip some of this and make them into videos that'll help the channel stay active. Anyways, that's a little behind the scenes. You should do more. The thing is, I have a hockey viewership. I definitely 100% have a hockey viewership. I know basketball. I could have a sports conversation about basketball with anybody. I could have a sports football conversation pretty much with anybody. Baseball, I've lost my love in, let's say, 15, 17, somewhere around there. But I've played on the same fantasy baseball team for over 20 years. So I stay in the know with baseball. I watch the playoffs, but I can only have so much stuff. I got rid of some of my baseball stuff because you can only have so much. But I don't do hockey because I just don't know hockey. I really, from the bottom of my heart, I've tried to love hockey. I've tried to get into hockey. Next thing you know, I lost a puck. 4 or 5 new people are coming on the ice every minute. I don't know what the hell's going on. I know it's fun to go to the games. People love going to the Knights games. The Knights tick off here in Vegas, big following in town. But I just can't get into hockey. But I definitely have a hockey following. Hey, if that could ever be the case, the sports card Dan Patrick, we did something right here. Guys, have a great night. Thanks for being in here. Thanks, Magna. I hope, Frank, I look forward to talking to you soon. And Or King, it was fun. It was a little short, not short, but I only had so much to say. Been a busy few days. Guys, have a great night. I don't know how many times I said. Catch the replay. That's right, Bargain Boxer. See you guys on Friday. Thanks for being here. I'm enjoying it. It's fun, and I hope you are as well.